Cage Fury, 134, August 16th. Nick Galanti, third pro fight already. Nick, how we doing, man?
Fucking feeling good, bro. I'm super excited for this one. Get put on a show in front of the hometown crowd in AC again.
So I think this is true. This is I've known you for 2 years now, maybe a little over. This is our first ever virtual interview with each other. Is that true?
Yeah, you always come down to Dante's and have to deal with the psychopaths there.
Well, that's fine.
You got
That's
lucky
that's
this time.
that's easy. Dante's isn't bad. That's just I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. It's an acknowledgement. I'm always in Dante's. Didn't make it this camp. So I guess tell me, what have I been missing? What have you guys been up to? I know that you had some Dagestanis come through, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you had Habib and them training at Catones. I'm not the type of person to lie and be like I trained with Habib a lot. They did their own thing. You know what I mean? I'm not here to chase clout. I'm very real. I did my work with Corey and them really at Catones and Chris Hayes and then my normal guys. Then we've been traveling a lot more as a team. We've been going to Tiger Schulman's, getting good rounds with them. And then I've been training with this kid, Dylan DeRoy, too. He's an up and coming amateur. It's really fucking good, too. So definitely been some new training partners in the room along with my normal guys. So we're definitely getting new looks everywhere.
I was talking to Luke earlier today, and he said he got a round in with Bilal rolling. Did you get to roll with any of those guys for a
Nah, I
round or anything?
didn't. I wish, bro. That'd been awesome.
Sorry, swallow my water there. Did you get like any advice or talk to them or any insight at all?
They just went over like a simple takedown here and there. Like, I understand you have millions of dollars on the line defending a UFC title. You don't really care about not that you don't care, you have your own stuff to worry about. So I'm not the type to intervene with that and annoy them. Let Islam focus on what he had to do, and he got the job done.
I mean, it's still cool to be in their presence regardless and
Oh,
just to
it was so
watch them
cool to
work.
even see Habib in person.
Did they get like just disgustingly soaking wet during when they trained?
Yeah, they get disgustingly wet. And you know they're there when they pull up in the Rolls Royces with someone driving them. It's like, damn, why can't I get that?
Someday, someday.
Someday, hopefully
I don't know
sooner than
though.
later.
American fighters don't really have that kind of swag though. That's like an overseas thing, you know?
Oh, 100%. When you have the government giving you money, it helps.
A lot, yeah. So Dante's though, four of you guys on this card. I know that you guys always kind of all fight together if possible, but I don't think it's been a card or two since all four of you were on. So like energy been high?
Oh, super high. Obviously, there's emotions flaring, but that's expected, especially when you're at the high regional scene, the pro levels. Everyone gets their little tempers, but everyone's super excited to watch everyone else perform as well on top of doing our jobs.
And
And
then
then there's definitely a nice buzz going around the gym. Everyone's super excited to watch.
that's what I'm saying. Bummed out I couldn't make it in this time, but I'll come in afterwards and you guys can kick my ass a little bit. But you're taking on Brandon Holmes. And this is a fight, man, where you have two undefeated guys. The winner gets a lot of hype. Like
Yeah.
this is a build me fight, I call it, for either guy. So how do you look at Brandon and how do you look at this fight overall?
Um, so I look at Brandon. He's a really good striker, and I respect his game. And he comes forward. He comes to fight. And every fight I've ever had, win, lose, or draw as an amateur, I always come forward. I always fight. So that's definitely something that excites me. We're gonna find out who's better. Obviously, I believe in myself, and obviously, he believes in him. So it's definitely a fun fight for the fans. I think it's a fun fight for both of us because we're gonna come and we're gonna scrap.
And I mean, your last two fights, the Russ fight, you got a whole lot of MMA in, and I feel like your debut, we mainly saw the grappling, but you haven't really put on a striking showcase yet, so to speak. Are you looking at this fight as like maybe this is it? Because, like you said, Brandon is well known for his striking.
Um, Dude, I'm cool with wherever the fight goes. Obviously, every fight starts on the feet, and I like to scrap. I really do. I think a lot of people like to lie and say they like to fight. Like I've sparred Carl, I sparred Corey, and every time I'm trying to fight, it's not like, oh, I'm just trying to win. Like, nah, I like to scrap. That's what gets me going. That gives me my adrenaline rush. That's my drug.
And how many
And
people? Sorry, God.
and then the Russ fight, I was trying to strike. I feel like I dropped him like three times. Every time I dropped him, he was such a tough bastard. I would drop him to be in on a single, and he just didn't get tired. I was like, what is going on? This kid can't be knocked out because I know I hit hard.
Dude, Russ is one of the toughest people I've seen in there. Like that was a bizarre fight just because, yeah, I mean, he would get dropped and just, yeah, like you said, land on a single and just be like, bro, what? Like, how is this still going?
Wild, bro.
Do you know those guys at all over at Diamond Striking?
I don't know.
That's where Russ at least trains a striking. They're a good group over there, man. But Yeah, that was a fun fight to be a part of. And
I
I was
think
gonna,
they definitely thought I was gonna shoot, and the game plan was not to shoot at all that fight. I think they were
no, yeah,
definitely caught off guard trying to keep it on the feet.
you were there to stand and bang for sure.
Yeah.
And then I was just gonna say for this one, man, like how many people you think are showing out for Luke, yourself, Jerry, Eric, the whole Dante squad?
Honestly, bro, every time if it's all four of us, it's gotta be at least 1,000, if not more.
That's
Right? It
crazy,
gets
man.
loud when we fight in there.
And have you heard that they're doing ceremonial weigh-ins a little differently this time?
I was talking to Rob, and he was talking about maybe doing early weigh-ins and weighing in at the boardwalk. I was like, bro, please, you saw me at weigh-ins. I'm over here dying till 6 o'clock. I'm like, brother, please, I don't want to be cotton mouthed and dying till 5 o'clock. I'll do whatever you want if we get the weigh in earlier.
And I think it was the last AC card specifically. It took a very long time. Was that AC?
Yeah, honestly, I think you were at both of them. Both of them take a while, bro. I don't think I weighed in until like 6. At
Yeah,
that point, what do you have? You have, I don't know, 24 hours on the dot to fucking refuel it. It's not a lot.
no. Yeah, so I think the
Not
plan
at
is to
all.
do them around noon the day before and then do a little photo op video shoot with the
I'm
face-offs
perfectly
and everything.
cool with that, bro. Let
And
me
that'll be cool with
refuel,
the
look nice and bulky for the
ocean.
pictures. Yeah, right.
Yeah, get everyone nice and bulky instead of the Skeletor,
Sucked
you know what I
out,
mean?
miserable, don't want to talk to anyone.
And like you said, you got the beard on because your face shows it. Like some, it's just it doesn't mean it was a bad cut. It's just some people show it differently. You get it in the cheeks specifically.
That's why I keep the beard. I don't like people seeing me like that.
And Nick, with the big win here, man, 3-0, like I said, like what's next ideally? December, Atlantic City again. How close you get into these big leagues we've been talking about for a while?
See, bro, I know this is a dangerous fight too. I'm like, I've never taken an easy fight, even on amateur. I fought everyone. Credit to Arias for being annoyingly good at his job and always
He's
giving
good.
me a tough fight. But I really feel those tough fights as amateur shaped me to who I am as a pro now. But I don't look that far ahead, man. Like I always said to you, everyone's trying to rush the journey. I'm just trying to get better. And when the time's right, I want to be at the level that I need to be. I don't want to just make it to the UFC, win a few fights. I want to beat everyone in the UFC when I'm there. So if that means it takes a few more time to grow as a fighter, I'm more than happy with that.
And I don't know why I wrote down a welterweight question for you because you're middleweight, but that just makes me wonder: do you is middleweight like your permanent home fighting for the rest of your career?
Yeah, bro, I walk around like 215. I cut a
You're
decent
that
amount.
big?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't think I could get down to 70 if I'm gonna be honest. And also too, everyone wants to be like the weight bully, but I trust having my cardio and my chin, and that's the number one thing. So I don't want to even risk going down to 70 and God forbid losing one of them.
and I guess Eric's at 72. So there you go, done. You got Luke, you, and Eric,
Yeah, it's a nice little trio
and then Jerry
all the way at the bottom. But
all
we
the way
have a
down
lot
there.
of up and coming guys. We have like Darwin at 145, Nazar
Dog.
Dimes at 35, Tito at 55. So you just have a stacked roster all the way through now.
Yeah, Dante's is seriously taking over. The reason I brought up welterweight is because I had to ask you about Bilal versus Leon Edwards, which because I was like, this is your weight class, but it's not your weight class. But I'm still curious. How do you feel about Bilal versus Leon Edwards?
So I always mess with Nez because Nez is such a big time Bilal
Nez
fan.
loves his
I
Bilal.
like I like Leon. I really do. And I think he has such clean striking, and I always appreciate clean striker. And Bilal's good. It's just the way it is. Like I grapple and I like to grapple, but if I'm on top of you and I have you down, I'm trying to punch on you. I'm not just trying to lay on you. So if Bilal just gets a little bit more entertaining, I would have much more, I guess, appreciation for his game. But he's a world champion in the UFC, so who am I to say? He doesn't
He,
need my acceptance.
his performance, I mean, it was impressive as hell, nothing but respect. But
Yeah,
it
he
was
came forward.
certainly it was patchy with his like excitedness level.
Yeah,
Like Habib, for example, he would grapple you, but it was going to be just a brutal, exciting ground and pound the
he's
entire
gonna
time.
break you.
There were flashes of that with Bilal, but it was it was touch and go. It wasn't the whole time, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And Nick, before I get you out of here, brother, you got a lot of fans all around, and the following grows after every win. I got people asking me about you, who you're just starting to get into Cage Fury. So, how does like I don't know, like I said, I started with you when you were an amateur, man. So now you're a 2-0 pro fighter. Like, are you starting to feel a sense of popularity? Fame's not the word I'm looking for, but just a sense of like being legitimized in a professional MMA space. Like, do you feel that?
So like obviously there's a lot more people that come every time you win a fight, but I'm so I've always stuck to my own circle. Like I have my friends, I have my in the team, obviously, and best friends with all of them. Then I have like 4 or 5 people I knew since I was probably in elementary school that I stay around the same people. I don't really like putting new people in the circle because you're never as good as people say you are. You're never as bad as people say you are. So I like a close knit group that doesn't just yes man me to death. It's like obviously I get a little bit more attention, but I always saw myself being in this situation I am now. And I guess a lot of people didn't see that because I was only a 4-2 amateur, which isn't the best record. But I fought everyone. I feel like I'm really coming to my own and maturing as a fighter. I started fighting for Cage Fury when I was 22 years old. Now I'm 26. Yeah. I have 4 years under being one of the biggest regional promotions in the world. And I never had those fights, those gimme fights, where it's like you could learn on the job. Like I learned in the Wolves Den every time. So I'm really coming to my own now.
Now, Nick, last thing from me, and it's really just you. Anything you'd like to say to everybody supporting you? If so, the mic is yours.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone that believed in me even before I learned how to believe in myself. And definitely tune in to Cage Fury. It's going to be a banger card. It's a crazy stack card, as always, in AC. I'm super excited for my fight, get the dub. Hopefully all the teammates do their thing and do what they're capable of. And we come out a clean sweep and get back to watch some sick fights after I fight.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, the card is
good food, too.
It's a stack card. What do you say?
Tired of eating healthy every day.
couple more weeks, bro. Couple more weeks.
Right.
Hang in there. Nick Galanti, thank you for the time, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, CFFC 134, August 16th, UFC Fight Pass. Better yet, come on down to Atlantic City. Come party. Nick, thank you, brother. Kick some ass, all right?
Thank you. Have a good one, brother.